Hello everyone, my name is Roya and this is my November book haul. So I did receive a couple of books for review, and then about halfway through the month I failed on the bet I had with my coworkers that I could go the rest of the year without buying any books, because I went to the Portland Book Festival and I bought a couple of books. So anyway, first I'm going to talk to you guys about the books that I was sent for review, the first of which is The Arc of Chime Hour, which I did get a finished copy of as well. So since I do have now 2 copies of this, one ARC and one finished copy, I may as well actually, if I don't finish it by the time I go to vacation for Christmas, I can take one of them on vacation, and then since I'm going to my dad's house and I always leave books there that I finish there pretty much, if I can live with doing that, then I can leave one there, and then guests can read it too, and that would be really cool. The other book that I was sent for review was Leaping Wolf, the sequel to Wildcat by J.P. Harker. This was sent to me for review by the author, and this is the second in a series. It follows a different main character, and basically this world is sort of the Celts and the Romans, but fantasized, basically. It's not the real historical fiction type stuff, but it's very much reminiscent of lots of warrior people and lots of fighting and all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah. Now we're going to get into some of the books that I got, or actually all of the books that I got in the Portland Book Festival. So the first one is Under the Mountain by Kate Spivey. This is a book that I had my eye on as soon as I saw it, and it had this really gorgeous cover. The cover actually looked like this. I don't know how well you can even see that. It's very, the white balance is completely like off, but that's what the cover looked like. It looked so cool, and the synopsis was amazing as well. I could tell that it was about a queer relationship in a fantasy world, and the main character is a person of color, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to read that. So by the time I kind of went around the room and kind of looked at everything and then went back to buy it, they didn't have any more copies, and then they said, oh wait, we do have one more, but it has a different cover. This publisher was really weird. They actually had a bunch of the different books that they were selling packaged up as blind date with a book type of things, but they were still priced the same price as the copies they had on the table were, so you could totally tell what books they were. So they said, oh yeah, we have one more copy in there, but it has a different cover. And I was like, well, I mean, that's a bummer, but like still, you know, everything's discounted here, I should still get it. So I got it, and it was this cover, and I was really bummed because it turned out that this book was not discounted. So I was actually really mad at myself for not just buying it online later instead and getting the cool cover. So my brother-in-law, actually, he went to the Portland Book Festival with me, and he thought this cover was cooler because the chick on the front looks like she can beat people up. And I'm like, well, but she doesn't beat people up. She's not that type of person at all in this book. So like, your point is not valid. But anyway, I am currently reading this book because I felt like if I, you know, got it and didn't just get it online later with the cool cover, I should justify that by reading it immediately. So I read it immediately. I'm still a couple hundred pages from the end, but it is a really good book. I got a couple of other sci-fi and fantasy books. So the first one that I got is Phoenix Descending, which is a fantasy book. I don't really know what it's about. It's about some plague that happens and like some stuff, so I don't know. And actually that's another one that I'm kind of mad at myself for not just buying online later, because the ebook, it turned out, was 99 cents, but like it's worth it to buy the ebook instead of the hardcover if it's 99 cents. But so I was kind of mad at myself for not buying that one online later too, but whatever. So then the next, from that same publisher as Phoenix Descending, and they're actually a really cool publisher. They're called Snowy Wings. They were actually such cool people. I even asked them about like how I can review books for them and everything. Like, they're super cool. So anyway, the other book I got from them is Orbit, and this is a sci-fi and I don't remember what it's about, but the synopsis sounded really cool, so hooray. And the last book that I bought was Cats I've Known. This is from Microcosm Publishing that publishes some like really weird sort of gift book type things and zines and all kinds of cool stuff. So this is like, it says on here, on love, loss, and being graciously ignored. So presumably it's about cats that the author has known and whatnot, and it just sounds so cool. So I was really excited to get this. And I got a few things for free at the Portland Book Festival. So first I got a couple of comics because there was this whole thing where you could pick out 2 comics for free. So I got The Legend of Korra and I got One Punch Man. And then there was one book that was being handed out for free, kind of outside in the festival like area, but outside in its own little booth, and that was Rin, Tongue, and Dorner by Rich Shapiro. And this happens to be the same author as the worst book I've ever read in my life, but this sounds completely different. It's a sci-fi book about a dude who falls in love with a voice in his head, and that sounds kind of interesting. It sounds completely different from the book that I absolutely despised that I read by him forever ago. And it looks like he's written several books since then, so hopefully he's gotten over the totally unrealistic dialogue between, like, parents saying, oh, we shouldn't have had a kid together in front of said kid, and all the kinds of other totally unrealistic stuff. So anyway, yeah, so I'm not that excited to read this book, but I'm still willing to give it a chance since it does sound completely different from that one. And finally, I got Rise of the Seer, and this was not from Portland Book Festival. This is just something that I saw online later when I was kind of checking out the kinds of books that Snowy Wings Publishing had, and this is not Snowy Wings Publishing either. It just came up in a search while I was looking for stuff, and it sounded really awesome. The paperback was only $10, and for a like self-published paperback, that's nothing. That's like a little bit cheap. So I was like, oh, that's a really good deal. And you know, when the ebook of something is $5, but you can get the actual copy for just 10, it was totally worth it, I think. So basically, I am not allowed to buy any more books for the rest of the year, seriously, because I have no money. But anyway, so these are the books that I got in the month of November. So if you've read any of these, have thoughts on them, etc., etc., let me know in the comments, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!